This book was banned in some prisons for a reason. Celebrities read it quietly, but rarely admit it publicly. This book does not teach morality, it teaches power. You think hard work gives you power? No, understanding people does. You believe honesty guarantees respect in competitive environments, but reality rewards awareness, strategy, and emotional intelligence. In offices, friendships, and politics, invisible games are always running, and most people lose without even knowing the rules. This is the 48 Laws of Power, and most people completely misunderstand what it teaches. They think it promotes cruelty or manipulation, but it actually exposes how power truly operates. If you ignore these laws, you become someone else's pawn. If you understand them, you begin seeing the board clearly. Look at your life honestly for a moment. Have you ever worked harder than everyone else, yet someone less skilled received the promotion instead? You were honest, they were strategic. You were loyal, they were observant. Maybe you trusted a friend who later betrayed you. Maybe a boss felt threatened by your competence. Power dynamics exist whether you accept them or not, and awareness is your only real protection. Let's begin with Law 1. Law 1. Never outshine the master. The moment you shine too bright, you become a threat. In the court of Louis XIV, brilliance was dangerous. Nicolas Fouquet hosted an extravagant celebration to impress the king. The fireworks were magnificent, the palace breathtaking, the feast unforgettable. But the display outshone the king himself, and within weeks, Fouquet was arrested and imprisoned for life. His mistake was not ambition. His mistake was triggering insecurity at the top. In modern offices, the pattern repeats daily. An employee publicly corrects their manager during a meeting. The correction is accurate, logical, and well-intentioned, but the manager feels exposed, and promotions quietly disappear afterward. Psychology calls this status threat response. When authority feels diminished, ego reacts defensively. Powerful people rarely punish weakness, they punish perceived competition. This does not mean suppress your talent, it means display intelligence with strategic humility. Make superiors feel enhanced, not overshadowed. That is awareness, not manipulation. Now consider Law 3.
Law 3. Conceal your intentions. When people know your plan, they prepare against it. History offers countless examples of strategic concealment. Military leaders often misdirected enemies before decisive strikes. One famous tactic was strategic silence before negotiation. By revealing nothing, uncertainty created psychological pressure. In modern life, oversharing goals can weaken momentum. You announce your business idea too early. Friends criticize, competitors copy, skeptics discourage. Energy leaks before execution even begins. Human beings instinctively resist threats to their advantage. Transparency without discretion invites unnecessary obstacles. Concealment is not deception for harm. It is protecting your vision from premature exposure. Move in silence until results speak clearly. Silence often generates more power than explanation. Next is Law 6. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Invisibility is a slow form of irrelevance. Throughout history, leaders mastered the art of presence. They understood perception shapes influence more than competence alone. Consider public figures who dominate conversation effortlessly. Their visibility multiplies opportunities automatically. In modern society, attention equals leverage. Social media algorithms reward boldness and distinctiveness. But attention must be intentional, not desperate. There is a difference between presence and noise. Psychologically, humans respond to contrast and curiosity. What stands out becomes memorable.
If you are invisible in your workplace, your contributions may quietly fade into background memory. Visibility signals value in competitive environments. But reckless attention invites unnecessary enemies. The key is controlled visibility. Be seen for strengths aligned with your goals. Now comes one of the most misunderstood laws. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. This does not mean physical destruction. It means resolve conflicts completely. History shows half measures create future revenge. Leaders who spared dangerous rivals often faced rebellion later. When tension lingers unresolved, resentment quietly grows. Small, unresolved conflicts become larger threats over time. In modern terms, this means clarity. If someone consistently undermines your progress, address it firmly. Set boundaries clearly and decisively. Ambiguity invites repeated disrespect. Psychologically, unresolved dominance struggles create instability. Humans test limits until consequences become undeniable. Ending patterns completely prevents recurring battles. Peace requires strength, not avoidance. Finally, Law 33. Law 33. Discover each person's thumbscrew. Every individual has emotional triggers, desires, fears, insecurities, ambitions. Understanding them changes everything. Ancient advisors studied rulers carefully before speaking. They learned what pleased, angered, or motivated their king. In modern environments, emotional intelligence defines influence. Some crave recognition, some fear embarrassment, some value loyalty above all. When you understand motivations, interactions become predictable, and predictability creates strategic advantage. This is not about exploiting weakness, it is about recognizing patterns in human behavior. People are guided more by emotion than logic. Awareness of that reality protects you from surprise. You stop reacting blindly. You start responding deliberately. Now pause for a moment. This book is not about becoming evil. It is about understanding reality without illusion. Morality does not automatically protect you. Awareness does. You can choose kindness and still understand strategy. You can be ethical and still recognize manipulation. Power exists in every human interaction. Ignoring it does not make it disappear. Most people prefer comforting beliefs. They assume fairness governs competitive systems, but systems respond to perception, influence, and psychology. When you understand power dynamics, you stop feeling confused by outcomes. You see patterns instead of chaos. You anticipate reactions before they unfold, and that awareness alone shifts your identity. You are no longer just reacting. You are observing, calculating, and protecting yourself. If you ignore these laws, you remain the pawn. If you understand them, you begin seeing the board. And once you see the board clearly, you can choose your moves intentionally. The most dangerous law from this book is not the one people expect. In the next video, we will uncover the single law that silently controls modern power structures. Because once you understand that one principle, you will never view authority the same way again. Power is not about force. It is about awareness.